Dark Winter for £5 says, "What would you like to have seen had Ahsoka been better written?" I said it in my review of episode 2. I wanted a cat and mouse game between Balin, Skull, and Ahsoka. That's what I wanted. I think a cat and mouse Balin and Ahsoka series would be fantastic. You know, actually have an enemy, actually have him doing stuff. You know, always one step ahead of Ahsoka, and then like actually have him be an imposing threat, an actual villain, something which is. He is like Ray Stevenson's a fantastic actor. That's what I would have liked. A cat and mouse game between Balin and Ahsoka, a series actually about Ahsoka, explaining to me why she's so fucking well liked. Because I don't like her. I don't know anything about her. I think she's boring.
Well, I think what else concerns me about this is that a lot of what was shot ended up completely edited. They are essentially have been reportedly intentionally editing out things that may have appealed to a broader audience. A lot of stuff was left on the cutting room floor. Somebody that would know. I'll wait until I can make that public, but it's very interesting. And I'm not trying to be cagey. I'm just not going to get anybody in trouble. The idea that these are being intentionally edited as the little short vignettes of a much larger, thing is kind of concerning to me. So, and if these are the parts, and the worst thing would be if these are the parts that they left in, imagine the worst parts if they were worse, or if it maybe that was cut out. It's a real problem.
So. Nick, what would you like to have seen if Ahsoka had been better? Basically, what's your ideal Ahsoka series?
So I agree with you. I wish it was more about Ahsoka. This is more like the Ahsoka Sabine show so far. But I would have liked to have seen something more along the lines of like a sci-fi mystery thriller type thing, where they're like discovering clues and learning. You're getting little bits of information that they're discovering. Like in this last episode, we already knew about the hyperspace ring. This last episode didn't push the story along. We found out that the characters
up to what we know.
Yeah, what we know. I don't want to know what's happening, and I want to learn and discover stuff along with the characters in the show. So this big threat with Thrawn coming back, if it was like a mystery thriller, sci-fi fantasy type deal, with Ahsoka, and she's going to different places, meeting other characters, having other people come along this journey, getting other people involved, and, discovering more and more and more, and have that build up to the end, and it's just Filoni's not that talented. So
I know what I would have wanted. I would have wanted for all of those previous animated series, don't treat them as canon. Treat them as some kind of like alternate canon. You do some kind of like flashbacks or something like that. If anything, they need to do like another mini series set between episode 2 and episode 3, telling what we needed to know in live action. A best of the animated series. That would have been pretty cool. What I don't like is that they give me this freaking homework of the animated series that I will never, ever see under any circumstance. And here now, because basically, since they're being treated as canon, that means you've already compromised the Thrawn storyline, because we're now beholden to the animated Thrawn. How much did he have to be watered down? And now we're beholden to him. What bullshit is that? They needed to...
Agreed.
Yeah, they needed to. If you want a version of those events to have happened, cool. But then you have to make it so that the animated series, that was the child-friendly interpretation of the canon events and not the canon events themselves. Now you need to give us the actual canon events. And they didn't do that. That's what I would have wanted. That would have brought me in.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that.